I'm Andy with RV Country, and today we're going to go through a bunch of items when you bring your RV or trailer out of storage and get it ready for camping season. We're going to start off with talking about tires. First thing you're going to want to always check is tread. You're going to want to look from side to side, make sure there's no uneven tread or wear. If there is any, you're going to want to take it into a tire shop, have it looked at. Also look sidewalls for dry rot or cracking. And then always, before you take any trip, you're going to want to check your tire pressure to make sure it is at the recommended pressure on the tire and on the sidewall of the RV. It will give a recommended tire pressure. All manufacturers list tire pressure per vehicle right on their VIN plate. So it's important to always check that out. All right, next thing we're going to check is our batteries. It's always important whenever you pull it out of storage, always check your batteries. Water level is important. These particular batteries are sealed, don't require us to check water level, but any battery that you can access the top caps and pop them off, you want to look inside and make sure the water level is above the plates. You do not want to charge your batteries with low water level. You want to make sure that you use distilled water only to fill it up above the plates. Put the caps back on, then you can plug your RV and charge it. You then want to make sure that it's charging at a proper level. When plugged into shore power, you should be getting at least 13.2 volts from your converter charger. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to open up the back of the fridge and check the back of the fridge for any debris. You know, animals like to make nests back here. So we have our burn chamber right here where propane burns. We always want to make sure that area is clear so that there's no debris that can catch on fire and have any extra damage that could happen in the back of this fridge. So we always want to turn that propane on first, then run our fridge on propane. We want to get it going on that, let it go for 2 to 3 hours on propane, and then switch it automatically over to 110 by having the RV plugged in, hitting the auto switch on the fridge and letting it run for 2 to 3 hours on 110, making sure that it's operating properly on both propane and 110 volt. All right, our next step is going to be de-winterizing the RV. If you put it in storage for winter, a lot of people fill it with antifreeze or blow the air out, but regardless, we have no water in our water lines. So we need to de-winterize. A lot of RVs have it behind the water heater that you have to go in there and turn those two valves. This particular one, we have valves here that we're going to turn it to a city water position here simply by turning these valves and put it in the right position. We'll then hook it up to city water, turn the water on and start getting water flowing through our RV. We'll then go to every faucet and open it up and getting all the air or antifreeze out, going to each faucet and running it until all the air and antifreeze is out and we have constant flow of water coming through. Once we have constant water through, we're going to want to go out to our water heater and hit the pop-off valve on our water heater, making sure we have water at the water heater. Then we'll go inside, turn on the water heater and let it start getting hot. You want to run that on propane and then go to your kitchen sink and run that hot water side, making sure you get all the air out and that you're getting a good flow of water. You want to do this everywhere. List of things that you want to check on water is going to be your kitchen sink, your toilet, your bathroom sink, shower, outside faucet. We have an outside shower here. We want to make sure we have water running through all areas there. Next item is going to be the furnace. In order to check the furnace, unfortunately, you're going to have to remove this outside cover, which is going to require a screwdriver, a screw gun, take this access plate off, and we inspect for any debris or any nest or anything that is built up in there. Anything that is in there, we take an air hose and blow that out and then put it all back together, go inside, fire off the furnace and let it run and get up to temperature. You want to make sure you set your furnace and then the furnace runs up to that temperature of say 70 degrees and then shuts off. So whenever you operate the furnace to get it up to temperature, you're going to want to set your temperature. This particular one's digital. We're going to set it to temperature and we want it to run for 30 minutes at least without shutting off. And once it reaches temperature, it will shut off on its own and then restart on its own. Next thing we're going to want to test is air conditioner. We're going to want to set it to auto cool and set a temperature. Make sure the air conditioner kicks on and runs, and we want to let it run and make sure we're really getting cold air out of the air conditioner. You want to at least run your air conditioner for 1 hour, making sure that it reaches proper cooling temperature. All right, with the air conditioner, the way that we maintenance those is we get on the roof, we pull the cover off of the air conditioner, go in, blow out any debris in there, use condenser cleaner, spray it on the condenser, rinse everything out and check it for proper operation. Now, we don't want customers getting up on the roof. It can be really dangerous. We use fall protection here. So if you're gonna want to maintenance that on an older air conditioner, a couple years old, want to make sure it's ready for season, and feel free to bring it into any one of our RV Country locations to have this looked at. Now is a good time to go through your RV or trailer and check to see if you have plenty of good items to start your camping season out. You want to have a new, fresh sewer hose. You want to go through and check to make sure that your sewer hose doesn't have any pinholes in it from being dragged across the asphalt. You also want to make sure that your water hose you use doesn't have any mildew or bacteria in it. So I would just replace those items every season. This unit has a water filter that you're going to want to make sure to change out depending on your usage, but definitely per season you're going to replace this. This one is a canister filter. We also sell an inline filter that can be used on any RV. Checking out your RV or trailer and getting it ready for camping season is something anyone can do. However, in RV country, we have an annual maintenance package that we have one of our qualified RV technicians go over each one of these items that we discussed here today. During this inspection, we perform the annual maintenance requirements set by the manufacturers to ensure that these items are covered under warranty and also test them for proper operation and function. While at any of our RV country locations, come into our parts stores and get any of the items you need to start the season out right.